So you definitely want to have good credit because of these things. Because if you don't have good credit and you ever in an unfortunate situation and you need some money, they're not going to give you that if your credit isn't together. Yo, what's going on, G-Dot family? It's your boy Consulted by G-Dot back with another banging ass video. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get straight into the information like I always do. You need to know why you need to have good credit. And a lot of people always tell you, you need good credit, you need good credit, your credit better be good, but you never know what they're talking about because no one ever tells you what you use your credit for. I'm here to tell you why you need good credit. So go ahead, get your notebook out, get ready to take some notes. But before you do that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, GuaboyG, and Twitter, GuaboyG. Also, do not forget, if you have any questions or you don't understand anything, you can always find out so much more at consultedbygdot.com. Go ahead and hit the link in the description and visit the website. But let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So when people think of a credit score, they really don't know what to equate it to. I would say equate it to your life score. Like if you have a bad credit score, life's just going to be harder for you. If you have a good credit score, life's going to be easier for you in a lot of ways. For example, if you have a bad credit score, it's hard for you to do a lot of things. You can't get rental cars, you can't get apartments, you can't get cars in general, you can't get certain perks when you go to stores, you can't pay off things. You're always going to have to use a secure card, and to get a secure card, you got to put money down. So that can be very time consuming for people. A lot of people don't want to do that. So I would say the first reason that you want to have good credit is so you can get apartments and cars. Because let's say you live in the hood right now. You live in the hood, you live in around O Block, you living up the street from 63rd, you living wherever you living. And you say you tired of the gunshots, you tired of all this crazy stuff, I don't want to move. Now you got $5,000. You say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this $1,500 a month apartment. I make money, I can afford it, I'm going to go ahead and get it. You apply for the apartment, they say you're not approved. You're like, why not? They're going to tell you because of your credit, because you got a 300 credit score. Yeah, you can afford it, but you got bad credit, which shows me that you probably not even going to pay the rent, even if you do get accepted. So either they're going to charge you 3 months rent at a deposit, the first and the last month at a deposit, or they're going to tell you that they don't accept you, and that costs you more money, or that puts you in harm's way of them not accepting you into your apartment. The same can be done with a car. You got a car that's $25,000, you can afford to buy it, but you're like, damn, my credit ain't that good. They're not going to give you that car. Why would they give you the car if you have a history of not paying these folks back? Especially with cars, you already got a bad stuff on your credit because of that. They don't want to give you these cars. They don't want to give you these apartments. And the way to get around that is by having good credit. Without good credit, you're not going to be able to get a good house or a car. Without good credit, you're not going to be able to get a lot of things on your own. Without a good credit, you're always going to be relying on somebody. And that's something you don't want to do. So I'm telling you right now, when you go to get new cars, new apartments, houses, you're trying to get phones, you're trying to get different things like that, and have to check your credit for these things, and you got a bad credit score, it's a bad look. I'm telling you, you don't want to be that guy that can't get anything because of his credit, because no one's going to help you. You think his people are going to help you, you think your family members are going to help you, ask your family members if they can co-sign for you, and nobody's going to do it. I'm telling you right now. So get your credit score together so you can get these cars and you can get these apartments, man. You can live life on easy mode. The second reason you want to get your credit score together ties in with the first reason I just said. You want to make sure you can be self-sufficient. You don't want to always depend on someone else and have to ask someone else, can you co-sign for me? Can you do this? Can you do that? Because let's say they co-sign for the first car. You do everything right, then you ask them to co-sign for the apartment. Then you ask them to co-sign for the new car. Eventually, you're going to say no, and you're at their disposal. Whenever this person wants to say, no, I'm not doing it. No, I don't want to do it. You were late on one payment. You were close to being late on one payment. I got a letter in the mail about something. I don't want to do it anymore. You can't control these things, so you're always relying on someone else for you to progress. You might be ready to move out. It might be time to go. Your lease expires in 2 months, but no one can co-sign for you, so you got to renew your lease with this apartment because it's the only apartment you got. You don't want to be in a position like that. You want to keep elevating, so you always got to focus on getting a higher score for your credit, so it'd be easier for you to be self-sufficient, easy for you to live your life, because if you can't live your life the way you want to live it, it's kind of like being a prisoner. You don't want to be a prisoner to yourself. You want to be a winner. So get your credit together so you can be self-sufficient and be a winner. Third reason you want to get good credit so you can get better loans, because you're eventually going to need a loan, whether it's a car loan, a loan for a house, you're trying to get something put together so you can get a loan for your business, a loan funded for yourself personally. You want to have good credit because you're going to get more favorable loans the better your credit is. The better your credit, the less your ARP and everything is going to be. The better your credit, the less hidden fees are going to be. The better your credit, the more gifts that you get, access to things that you get. The worse your credit is, the more fees you're going to get. The worse your credit is, the more you're going to have to pay, and the more ARP you're going to have. So You don't want to have bad credit because the loans that you're going to get are going to be highly unfavorable and not be in your favor. You don't want any cards that aren't in your favor because then it's like a double-edged sword of using them, because if you don't pay this card off, then you would get all this money on top of it, and now you got to pay this debt off, and it's not really worth it. Even then, if you get a loan, because you might not get approved and you might not ever get the loan. So you definitely want to have good credit because of these things, because if you don't have good credit and you ever in an unfortunate situation and you need some money, they're not going to give you that if your credit isn't together. So make sure that you have decent credit to get good loans. And that ties into my fourth reason, so you can get higher yielding credit cards. Because for a lot of things, you're going to need a credit card. For example, if I want to rent a Lamborghini Urus right now, I can do that, but I need $1,000 deposit and I'll need a credit card that can go on file. I think it would have to be $1,000 worth credit card, because if anything happens, they wouldn't be able to charge this credit card, so you have something to keep you liable with. So a lot of times you can't get a car rental if you don't have a credit card. It's a $300 or $1,000 limit. A lot of times you have certain things that you want to do, but you can't do it right now, so you want to use a credit card, but you're not allowed to use a credit card because you don't have that much of a limit. You only got $200 limit, $100 limit. Maybe you want to use it for $300, $400, and you don't want to max out your credit cards. You can't afford those higher yielding credit cards that go for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. Those are the ones you want to get, because those are going to be the most useful cards, because you can get something, pay it off, increase your credit score, but you still have the item that you want. You always want to keep things in perspective when you think about things like this, because it's a bigger picture that we're all now looking at. If you have these credit cards and these loans and all of these things available to you, these are assets that you can use, maneuver life, and make it easier for you, which leads into my fifth and final piece, that you want to live life on easy mode. If you have access to high yielding credit cards, better loan, in whatever apartment you want, car you want, you can go to a lease, you can be self-sufficient, you can really do whatever you want, you can live your life on easy mode instead of having to be in survival mode all the time. And I know that's something we're all tired of doing, is being in survival mode, so you definitely do not want to keep being in that. That's why you need to get your credit together as well, because with credit comes freedom. Better the credit, the more freedom you have. The worse your credit is, the less freedom that you have. And we all want to be free, and we all want to have as much access to the world as possible. So you definitely want to get on top of your credit today, so it's easier for you to live your life on easy mode. It's easier for your family to live their life on easy mode. You don't have to worry about anything, and you can be at complete peace. Because if you don't have your credit and you're trying to have kids and you're trying to go out and travel, you're trying to go out and do these different things, it's going to be harder for you to do that than if you had good credit and you didn't have to worry about all of these things. Please take it from a professional. I had good credit and I've had bad credit, and I got good credit right now, and I can tell you, having good credit is way better than having bad credit. It's less of a headache. So get on top of your credit score, start becoming an adult, and then you can live your life on easy mode too. But as always, if you have anything that you don't understand or anything that you would like more clarification on, go ahead and sign up for my membership, consultedbygdot.com. And I also will be back with a new video if you need some more help on a different topic. I hope you have a good day. Let's get this money.